Something on that sign looks very familiar. I can't put my finger on it, though. Anyway, hey guys. Ephraim's Vanguard here, and welcome to this next episode of Let's Play The Simpsons Hit and Run. The reason I'm starting over here wasn't just so I could set up that joke, joke. It's because I'm not crazy. You can see that there was a little rocking car thing over there before as Bart, and it blew up, I'm pretty sure. And there was a missile over here that also, I'm pretty sure, would have blown up. And they're not there anymore. There was a reason for that. In searching for that last gag, I came to the realization that they've cut out most of the gags in this level compared to level 2. Especially in the overworld particularly, because I did find the last gag, but it's also inside. And if you come over here, if you remember the rat milking thing on top of that building, whatever it was, and that's the structure itself is still there, but it's not filled with any rats, so it's not like it does anything. And I'll show a bit more of the gags they cut away later, but our last thing is in here. Our last gag, that is. Because it is these mugs. I'm pretty sure I walked by that the first time too as Bart, so apparently that's just a thing I end up forgetting. But while we're here, we'll also change our outfit, why don't we? Army or B-sharps? B-sharps. I'm not gonna lie, Abu actually looks really stylish in this. But we'll come back out here, hop back in our car, and continue along. So yeah, those gags I mentioned before were taken away, and over here you'll also remember that there's a cement mixer with Bart, and it's completely gone now. They don't need, it's not even like they just made it uninteractable like they did with the rat milking thing. That's just completely gone. Or was it pigeon? It was pigeon milking. No, it was one of the two. Rat, that's what it was. I'm pretty sure it was rat. And finally, most tragically, they removed the catapult from over here. So that's why I was so confused looking for that last gag, because most of the gags just don't exist anymore. Frankly, it sort of seems like they kind of like copied the base map from level 2 and changed the lighting and didn't change much else, and then when time was running out on the game, they sort of forgot to put in most of the overworld gags, because the inside gags, as far as I can tell, are basically the exact same, but the overworld ones they sort of skimped on, except for actually I think yeah, there was one in the DMV. How many were there? 6 in all? Level progress 6? Yeah, 4 of them were in Moe's, so that only leaves 1 that could have been in the overworld. I can't remember what the 6th one is. 1 in the DMV, 4 in Moe's, and then the last one was, I want to say it was actually somewhere around here, but no point in trying to remember. We'll come over here and talk to Krusty so we can get started on this mission, because we can get a lot of progress done this episode. Also, wow, appropriate for a clown. His shoes are really big.
Hello, famous American clown. I wish to ask a favor.
Everyone wants to wet their beaks.
I require information about trucks delivering evil cola. How can I get this classified data?
Sorry, Apu. I'm a drink-squeezy, punchy lowlife. You need a professional scumbag. Follow a cop until you find one. You'll have better luck if you know, look American.
Thank you, horrible man.
Well, I picked the wrong time to change outfits, didn't I? It's odd that the only place they allow us to change clothes, or at the DMV, I guess. So it's not, I was about to say, they only give us 1 spot to change clothes in this one, but that's not quite the case. We have the choice between Moe's Tavern and the DMV, which are in close proximity, so unfortunately that's an instance of bad game design here. But I'm coming up this way because I also want to go ahead and buy us another car from the thing, from Gil. And I did remember, while I'm at it, let me destroy these cars just so I can, oh, actually that'll give me hit and run, won't it? Yeah. I made a poor decision. Don't come over here. But I do remember where the last gag was, and it was the only overworld one that it kept. It was the trash can up in the downtown area that we're going to be driving by soon. As soon as I can ditch these cops. I didn't want for that to happen. Because obviously if you build up your meter, the cops will be after you longer. Can I stay up here? Jesus. Oh no, don't. Ooh, can we run over to Moe's? Why is only one cop chasing me? That's the real question. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Come around this corner smoothly. He's still catching up with me. Why is he still after me? I want him to go away. There we go. He finally turned tail and ran. Well, I guess we'll stop by Moe's again, because I sort of ran away from the other spot. Unfortunately, I think it'll launch me into the mission as soon as I change, which I don't want to do. But it's better than wasting your time. Okay, we gotta drive to the Krusty Burger. Never mind. B-Sharps will have to wait for another day. Or probably later in this day, if we're being honest. I want to be a little snappy about the levels, because if I'm actually... No, we've only completed 3 story missions, so there's no way we're finishing this up today. But we can definitely wrap up this next episode. I can just about guarantee it. We'll drive through here, build our meter back up. That's an odd way to start a level. Just look in the window. The first level we just had to go to a circle in the middle of nowhere, so honestly it seems like they've sort of been cutting corners this level in particular, which is odd because they reused assets in level 4, but that didn't feel like they were cutting corners. That was very fleshed out. And I remember the next 2 levels very well, and they are both also very fleshed out, so I don't quite know what's up with that. But yeah, this dumpster over here, that's the only overworld gag that they didn't cut for some reason. But we can come over here to Gil, and
you just gotta help old Gil out.
we're supposed to be buying a car. I'd imagine we need a little bit of speed, so we're not going to be taking the cola truck. We'll be taking a police car. Also, we're supposed to follow the cops so we can blend in. Where is it? Oh, in the blind spot of my camera. That's where it was. But we'll just drive back on along. Unfortunately, it's not as tough, so ramming stuff won't do as much damage and we can't get as much money. But I'm laughing because Apu's hat is sticking out of the top. It was also doing that in Homer's car, but, you know, it's a little sillier here. Also, as you might imagine, for a police car, its horn is the siren, which is very fitting. I like it a lot. Very authentic. Also, if you want to go back to level 4 and roleplay even more as Marge the cop, then you can do so. I did that a lot in my youth. Don't know why it was so entertaining for me. I wasn't even like considering a career in law enforcement back then, because I was a kid. I didn't really consider careers, but anyway, if the camera will stop glitching out, I can take a good look at myself. Let's just go ahead and start it. This little piggy. Follow the police and find a criminal. A criminal, which happens to be Snake. At least according to the picture. But last time it alluded to it being Snake, I'm pretty sure it was, so follow the trail of donuts and find Chief Wickham. I'm pretty sure some cops would be offended by this. Then again, I have shared my story about a cop giving in to the stereotype. So, what can we say? Or what can I say? I've got my sirens on. It's your fault if you don't hop out of the way. Okay, that first lady, it was totally my fault. But now, it's her fault. Y'all move to the right-hand most lane. Are we going to get this, or this seems strict? Do we really need that to get all the way to the police station? Follow Chief Wickham to find a professional criminal. I mean, the police station was right there. We also could have just gone to the police station ourselves. We didn't need to follow a trail of donuts that stereotype cops. Of course, It's Chief Wiggum. What do we expect? But continue along here. Let's not lose him. I've got the same car as you, unless you've got a souped-up version for being the chief. Pull over, sir. I am a completely legitimate law enforcement officer. And you're impersonating an officer, I'm sure. He actually is moving over to the right. What about that? There was... Oh, yeah. That was another thing they removed on the police station itself. I remember checking that for a gag at the end of last... Or after last episode, rather. And they removed the doorbell on the front. And I lost because that car got all sorts in my way. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. That was pathetic. It looks like the end of the road for Appu.
That was really pathetic because I T-boned that car and I could not get out of the way. But I'll finish my thought before I cut ahead. They removed the doorbell thing, the ringer on the front of the police station, because in level 2 you could use that and you would hear Chief Wiggum talk. But now, at least I'm pretty sure that existed back there. But now you can't do that at all. That's another weird thing that they cut, which is odd because most of the other doorbell type of things in this level are satisfactory, but I don't know. It really seems like they cut corners with level 5 in particular. Okay, so that was interesting. Chief Wiggum just straight up drove under a car, under a truck, which is and he just murdered some people. Chief Wiggum is really on the move today, and he also tried to murder me, but whatever. What is that in my trunk too? Don't.
I feel like an untouchable.
This is really unforgiving. Basically, one bad crash and you're done. Unless Chief Wiggum just so happens to have a bad crash too. But I was wondering what... Oh, that looks like a dead dog or something in the trunk. Or it might be a canine unit thing. Because that seems like something the Springfield Police Department would do. Just keep their dogs locked up in the trunk. But I can't quite tell right now. I'll check once the level's actually over. Alright, so we're about where I T-boned that poor car last time. So we're going to continue up ahead.
Legally sanctioned violence. Ain't it sweet?
Alright, that was the thing to say, but... No! Hey! I have a siren, thank you. You shouldn't be merging over into me. Besides, I am a legitimate law enforcement officer, unlike this guy who runs over people.
My jubilation knows no bounds.
It was Snake after all. Now is Chief Wiggum actually going to say anything? Probably not. Oh, Chief Wiggum disappeared. So he wants to get to the criminal. He doesn't want to arrest the criminals. Makes sense. Also, during that drive, something that occurred to me that they probably explain on the show, but I just don't know because I'm uncultured swine, is, mayors are usually appointed, or other way around, police chiefs are usually appointed by mayors. If that's the case, then why is Chief Wiggum still, and they're appointed, which means they can also usually be removed at the discretion of the mayor. That's typically how it goes. Chiefs are usually, appointees compared to sheriffs who are elected, because it is Chief Wiggum, and also chiefs are usually the head law enforcement officials in individual cities and municipalities, compared to sheriffs, which are usually county based. But all that's to say, Chief Wiggum, under most normal circumstances, would be appointed by Mayor Quimby. Why doesn't he remove him? And if that's the case, because I'm pretty sure he's incompetent, but they probably explain that as Quimby's also incompetent, which wouldn't surprise me. But anyway, we were conveniently at the DMV to change it to the B-Sharp outfit, and we'll talk to Snake in it. With jazz hands.
Hand over your wallet, dude. This is totally a mugging.
Oh, what good luck! A criminal!
Huh?
Well, surely a violent filth bag such as yourself could find out who is driving the black cola vans.
Well, I do have a connection at the DMV, but it will cost you. You have to pick up the litter for my community service.
It is a deal.
Deal. Now hand over your wallet.
Yes, whatever.
Never trust a snake. Can you trust a boss, though? Or a big boss? Dang it, I ruined my own reference. I feel like they've said that at some point in the Metal Gear series, because never trust a snake. I mean, because like they make a lot of things about snakes in that series, a lot of wordplay, especially after Metal Gear Solid 3 for that matter, and like in Metal Gear Solid 4. But anyway, you gotta collect all the garbage before time runs out. Don't miss any pieces of garbage. This isn't the time to be bringing up
Last time I left this store,
one of the greatest games of all time.
In the bridal magazines.
In Metal Gear Solid 3, which in my opinion is the greatest game of all time. Follow the garbage truck and collect the garbage. So they're reusing that model that they implemented in level 4. Wow, that is a long time. I won't keep the siren on, it'll get annoying after a little while, but they give us 4 minutes to collect all this? Can we miss one? Can we like miss a piece of trash and then... Oh, actually my guess is that they give us 4 minutes for the whole mission, and after we collect some pieces of trash we gotta go do something else. Because otherwise that is absurdly long. I was about to say hold on, but can't do that. Gotta wreck this so I can pop open the trunk and see what's inside once we finish this up. You killed a man, and I got paid for it, so thank you. Ooh.
This is not good for my
No,
insurance.
no. Out of the way.
Never have I seen such a four-wheel disgrace.
Alrighty. I can catch up to it in due time, I think. It's a garbage truck, so it's pretty slow. Fun fact, I couldn't actually record earlier in the day. I still have to do this at night. I could have recorded earlier today, but I wasn't able to because of a garbage truck. Collect the remaining garbage from for Snake. Oh, we have to do it on foot. That's the thing.
I smashed my
So
skull.
let me crash right there. And that keeps the trunk open for us conveniently. But we'll run up here. Come over here. And it seems mostly linear from this point. We just gotta make sure our platforming is good, which judging by last episode, is going to be very difficult. And jump up across here. Managed to clear that. That's why they give us so much time, because we got to do stuff on foot. And I was right, they were going to have us do something after chasing down the garbage truck. I was about to kick that man, but that just would have been a very, very horrible thing to do.
My cardio is shot.
One on top. Don't collect that wrench because I want to see what's in the trunk of the car. We got 2 minutes. Actually, I'm not going to say anything because usually when I say something, that's when I fail. I should have activated that gag while I was at it just because it would have given me an extra coin. And obviously, I'm running a little short on money, especially since we still got to buy another costume and another car. So that'll put us about another 1,000 down, and we'll be just about broke at that time, and I'll have to start grinding in between episodes if I want to buy any more.
Hope I have room in my transport.
I collected the wrench. Dang it.
Just give me a minute to catch my breath.
Do we need to jump the ramp? No, looks like we just need to come up here and fall off. Drive to the DMV. I think right there it does take your remaining time compared to usually where it either adds on top or actually usually it does that on top. It either adds on top or it resets entirely. But hitch a ride over to my actual car because these cars are absolute trash. Wow. Look, this thing has horrible turning radius. My cousin used to drive an ambulance, and maybe I should ask her how they handled, because that was bad. I can't imagine that reflects reality too well, because when you're going fast, according to her, you have to make some pretty tight turns, and you couldn't do that with that thing. But maybe that was because I didn't have my sirens on. I'm going to trust in this GPS navigation to take me to where I need to go, because I certainly can't navigate myself around here. Let's not crash, because that'll surely get me a game over. No. Strict time limit. Strict time limit.
I should refrain from doing that in the future.
You know, maybe if I don't want to crash, maybe I shouldn't be driving on the wrong side of the road. Yeah, I think I failed this one.
No, I cannot watch such a display of failure.
maybe there was a shortcut I could have taken to hop onto the road sooner, but I'm not positive about that. Anyway, I'll cut ahead when I eventually figure out how to do it. Alright, so now I have a different strategy to go. I know I keep on saying I'll cut ahead when I'm successful and then not cutting ahead to success necessarily, but whatever, I'm rolling with it. But I want to make a correction to what I was saying before. I said I couldn't record because of a garbage truck. It struck me in mind that no, garbage trucks come and go in like a couple minutes, so they don't take up that much time. What was causing trouble earlier was that they were doing some sort of work on the road outside my house, right by in front of my neighbor's house. So yeah. Now, what I'm going to do different this time is I'm going to grab a car for all of these on foot. Or not for all of these on foot, for some of these on foot, just so we can travel around a little bit faster. Because it'll cut down a little bit on time compared to if we're just running around on foot and that sort of stuff. Oh god, but you know what? Running into cars doesn't help all that much. So be mindful of that. Maneuver your way around here. You have done a valiant service, bud. In fact, I can come over and repair your car. Now good luck, just maneuver and get away from here. Oh, and I'll fall back down, drive that back around up the ramp, and then, oh god, no. And then come back towards my police car, and everything, well, because of that jump, everything might not be alright then. I was about to make a very specific reference to the moon right there, but I need to stop with my specific references. Only some people will get them, and that's the overlap of people who would get these jokes and people who would feasibly see this video is me and no one else. So, in fact, the number of people who would get the jokes anyway, no matter what the context, would just be me. So I need to settle down. Now,
It makes no sense.
that's very... Actually, we have less time than before, but... Yeah, because we had 118, I'm pretty sure. So, good idea, flawed execution on my part, so I'll try the same strategy next time with hopefully better execution and see if we can do it. Now, I say that, but one of these ramps might take us onto the road. East side, yes. We'll see if this saves any time or if it just screws me over more, but we can follow the highway signs and it'll take us to the east side eventually. Actually, ooh, this might be it, because, yeah, this will drop us off right at the merger. Oh yes. Thank God I learned those signs last episode about what meant what, because I never really paid attention to that before. I guess I just sort of completed that mission on Hope last time. Awesome. So yeah, use your vehicle to travel around the area instead of just doing it on foot, and more importantly, take that exit shortcut to come here. Save a lot of time.
My friend has the information at the DMV. Go pick it up. Pronto.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, my violent associate.
Collect the folder.
Empty. I am the victim of chicanery most vile.
I'm going to be honest, I have no idea what he said there. We probably got scammed, considering he needs to talk to Snake again. What mission is that? 5. Now, here's the thing. I'm running out of time this episode. So I think I'll leave those... Oh, but we've also got a bonus mission to do, don't we? So you know what? Two slightly longer episodes in a row. Actually, last episode was over 30 minutes. So, you know what? We'll deal with it. Also, Snake's car is out here. That probably means we're going to need to chase Snake down. In which case, police car, you have a service to do. A service that may or may not be... You know what? I'll use it next. Well, what I want to do is use the... I'm in a bind because I want to use the police car to chase down Snake because it's appropriate. But, I also want to show off, well, the thing is, we're not going to be racing in it. We're not going to be doing anything in the cola truck unless it's a destroy something mission, because they're all crap, and what am I doing? I mean, because it's crap at racing, and it's only good for destroying stuff, but what am I doing? I was trying to get to Nelson. Milhouse. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me right now? I want to get to Milhouse over here so we can do his race. And yes, doing his race does involve hitting him in the trash can beside him. But we'll do that, and we'll end off the episode there.
Hello, little customer. Are you here to help me in some fashion?
Your nachos have hair in them.
The hair is your protein.
Okay. Well, you have to race now.
Milhouse being very straightforward there about his thoughts about Apu's business. But we just need to do a time trial.
3, 2, 1, drive!
Then again, I guess it is possible, since this is only a time trial, we could have used the thing, because it did have 3.5 star speed, so it's not horrible, and it had decent handling from what I remember. But yeah, especially since I think we did the time trial in level 1 with the Plow King, and if we can complete something with the Plow King, then we need to do that. Oh yeah, I'm definitely glad I did this, because we also need to do the wager race next episode, so we can use the car that we get from over here for that. Aha, thinking things through. And in retrospect, we definitely could have used the cola truck over here for this, because this police car is making short work of it. Because this police car is pretty dang good. And next lap, I want to make sure I take out those trees, just cause I want their money. That's not going to do that. Okay, maybe it wouldn't have done this, because 20 seconds is not a lot of time. I actually don't get paid if I hit the tree, so never mind. Sorry, I don't know what words I was speaking there, but yeah.
Okay, Apu, you've qualified for your license. Big deal. You still work at a convenience store.
Thank you. Come again.
Well, that was rude. The El Carol Loco. I don't remember this car. That's a first for this game, actually. Technically, I didn't remember Willie's tractor before actually seeing it on the field. As soon as I saw Willie selling a car, I knew what it was, but I remembered it, but I didn't have it in my mind as I was playing through the game. But I don't remember this car at all. The El Carol Loco. It's middle of the road, actually, isn't 3.5, 3.5, 2.5, 3.5. 3.5. Alright, so compared to Apu's car, it gets an additional half-star of speed in exchange for a half-star of acceleration. So that's how it stacks up to Apu's normal car.
Could I possibly get a ride?
What are those lights under it? I'm not sure how I feel about that. Also, it has an open back window. Also, is it gold-plated? Because it's shiny, isn't it? It looks like it has a little bit of a sheen to it. Then again, most cars might have that, and I might not have just noticed. But this over here seems to be matte. Or no. No. It also has a sheen, I think. Does it? I think it does. Yeah, I think it does. So, I'm just crazy. It's just a bit of a weird looking truck in that case. And it actually has a bed. I never noticed that you can actually stand in. Learn new things every day, apparently. But in any case, what I'm thinking of doing is, I'm ending off this episode right now, but what I'm thinking of doing is using this car for the wager race. That is, oh, the wager race isn't right up over here like it was in level 2. It's actually by Nelson, up in the downtown area. So, you know what? We'll figure out what to do. I've said all I want to for this episode. I'm not sure how much I cut out. I don't think I cut out very much, especially not like 15 minutes worth to push this under 20 minutes, but this might end up actually averaging out around normal, or it might be close to 30 minutes. We'll see. In any case, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
I smashed my skull.